Hey, good morning, everybody. It's like mid-June 16th. We're working on framing out the second, smaller building. We're just putting purlins up right now on the smaller building. And nice weather. We had a big thunderstorm last night. And got guys from Nebraska that came out here to Long Island because my brother on the crane, and I spent I'm out of the crane for a few days to work on some technical stuff, and I'll show you something really interesting. Anybody's got a JLG? This is a S600 SJ we picked up. Very good condition, very well maintained. What they couldn't figure out was wrong, and we got it very cheap. Checked the electronic system with a scanner. There's no troubles. Even though I paid $500 for their computer scanner, because we got a bunch of JLG manlifts and scissor lifts, so I figured let me buy one. It said there's no trouble. Meanwhile, the thing would shut down and not drive and misfire and race out of control. And so I found one short in this hinge area. You know, these engines, they actually pivot out on a hinge so you can service them. At one time, somebody ripped the harness, and there was a direct short. I fixed that, and then the governor would go crazy, and the motor would over-rev, and then the machine would not move. You'd have a fault alarm go off up in that box up there, but yet the scanner said there was nothing wrong. This thing's JLG. So after 2 or 3 days of checking every harness, pinning out every harness all the way back, there's like 100-something foot of cable that goes down that boom on a tray. I checked. Let me show you, because maybe somebody else might have a problem. You see all the way down this tray and all these cables? Well, one of them is the main electrical communications that goes to that plug. You gotta make sure that plug is clean and dry. A lot of times these get yanked and broken. I checked all that. So anyway, the harness checked out fine from pin to pin all the way down here. Down into here, up into the back of the box, the main plug. Well, I spent days checking out and fixed the short. Still couldn't find any problem. So if you open this, you know, there's trouble codes that flash. You don't need to buy the scanner, you know. There's a scanner. Whoop, sorry. There's a scanner. Very impressive what it can do. You can test the whole machine, pre-test it, and basically it'll pre-test all the components. And here's this is desiccant to keep water and moisture out of the box. So anyway, if you got a trouble code, see that electric eye? It'll blink a flash code like 123. 123, that means short. You look it up in the book. So you don't need to buy the scanner. So this is a 2008 machine. So anyway, one of these diodes was bad. I don't know if you can see. One of the diodes was burnt. It looks like there was a flood in the water. This is all full of water at one time. That was suspicious, like it was in a river, unfortunately. Didn't damage anything. This was full of water. I fixed that. So let me get over to the other side and show you what I found after 2 or 3 days of going crazy. We couldn't get a service guy to come out here. And even when the guy did come, he just couldn't figure it out anyway. You see back in here, there's a cat motor. There's a crank sensor. Flywheel teeth. It measures the flywheel teeth and RPM in this motor. It's not in a cat book, not in Caterpillar. It's an accessory from JLG. This hooks into the computer on the other side. If this can't get a reading of the actual speed of the motor by the flywheel teeth, it sends a fault code into the main computer and will not let this machine drive. It'll boom up and down and do everything, but it will not move. And this governor will just race and pulls it all the way in, over revs into emergency fault mode where it's revving like crazy, but it will not allow the tires to turn no matter what you do. and no trouble code will show up on that JLG scanner. That's why even the dealer couldn't figure it out. So anyway, I took this thing out, and it's full of like little chips from the starter gear and the ring gear on the flywheel. The little chips went on the magnet of the sensor, like ABS sensors in cars. It couldn't make a reading, the right frequency, and it would go crazy. So I put a new one in. It was easy to put in, and fixed that short that was over here, a direct short to ground, and went over everything, and now it runs absolutely perfect. That's what we got, and it's very inexpensive. The guy gave up on it. Anyway, so this one's rare. It has a cat. Most have a Deutsch, which is good, but the cat doesn't have any scan stuff on this motor. It's a regular motor. See, it's got to inject the pump. The newer Deutsch has its own trouble code system on a Deutsch engine. This doesn't have that. This is a 2008. The other one way over there is a Deutsch 2003. It's a little simpler. Actually, it really runs good. Nothing happens to it. Less electronic silliness on that one. Then we have our scissor lifts. So all I'm doing is walking around fixing, like that crane, that Cummins motor under there. They couldn't fix that either. The cam sensor was shortened to ground on the block in their harness. And they threw a new computer. They did everything to that motor, M11 Cummins motor, and they couldn't fix it. So, story is, just don't give up and keep checking stuff. But make sure whoever's checking it is not a knucklehead and doesn't try to jump around or short stuff out, because this thing has a computer in it, and if you pop it, there's two computers, one there and one here. If you pop one, there's a lot of money. So you have to be very careful when you do electrical. In the old days, in the 80s when we had these, they were very simple. There's no computer. You could jump relays out with a 12-volt jumper wire, like a farm tractor, but not anymore, man. Alright, so up and away. At least it stopped raining and it's a nice cool day. So have a good day, and hope that helps you out, that video. Bye.